Welcome, everyone, to Intensity Broadcasting for coverage of the Extreme Forces Racing League Monday Night Mayhem Series. Tonight, we have the Street Stocks taking on USA International Speedway for 80 laps of short track racing action. Tonight's title of tonight's race is the Burnt Rubber 80, and tonight's race is brought to you by Greg Froelich Racing. We do want to give a quick shout out to Greg Froelich for sponsoring tonight's race and for giving lots of support to the Extreme Forces Racing League. He will be racing in tonight's race. As you see, he's currently on track right now practicing. We'll see how well he can do in his own race here in the Extreme Forces Racing League. Last week we were at Kansas Speedway and we saw Alan Warnecki dominate this race, had a great pit strategy. He ended up getting the victory. We saw second place ended up being Brandon Richardson. Third was Dean Qualley. Fourth place ended up being Tyler Aspinall. And then rounding out your top five was Dylan Dunford. And after three races, three different winners, we currently have Lee Krause as your leader in points right now with 125 points. Then we have Dylan Dunford only 3 points behind him. Then it's Jacob Bowen, third in points. Fourth is Jackson and Brooke Qualley. And then rounding out your top five right now, we have Brandon Richardson. The point right now, the top five is all separated by 5 points at the moment. And the points race is very, very tight. And we do actually have potential to see another first-time winner. We've already had 3 first-time winners this season. I don't know if we'll see a repeat so far. Your winners this season, as I mentioned, last week, Alan Warnecki won. We saw Tyler Aspinall win at Myrtle Beach. And then for the season opener at Charlotte, we saw Brady Floyd take the victory. By the way, your top 5 in practice right now, we see Dylan Dunford on the top of the board with a 23.19 as his lap time. Tyler Aspinall is second on the board with a 23.21. Austin Green third, 23.28. Lee Krause in fourth with a 23.30. And then Brooke Qualley right now is running in fifth with a 23.32. So we have 1 minute left here on the board. Everybody's finishing up their practice laps. Hopefully we'll see another caution-free race like last race at Kansas. We saw 0 cautions, a very, very clean race. I raced in that race, and everybody was racing each other clean. And hopefully, again, we'll see the same here at USA. But, I mean, these street stocks at USA can be quite hectic at times. So, definitely not out of the question that we're going to see 1, 2, or maybe even 3 or 4 cautions. I don't know. We'll see. These drivers are, again, they're running about 23-second lap times, and their peak right now on the straightaways is about 109 to 111 miles per hour. See, that time by Dylan Dunford got a 10th off of his fastest lap time. There you go. Practice is wrapping up here. And we are now getting ready for qualifying. 2 laps for each of these drivers to set their best lap time here. Let's see who's going to go to the top of the board. So far, we do not have anybody on track right now. So we are waiting for that. Looks like we are getting people on track, but I'm having trouble getting them on screen right now. Maybe because I am in as a driver. All right, we'll be right back. We'll get this issue fixed and then we'll be back live. So here we go. We are back here with the racing action at USA. We're just wrapping up practice. Dylan Dunford is on the top of the board, and we are getting ready to take a look here at your starting lineup. Starting on the pole here with a 23.225 as his lap time. Got Dylan Dunford starting on the pole. Outside of him, we have Tyler Aspinall on the 45. He's got one win this season. Also with one win, we got Alan Warnecki in third. With Kraus Racing, it's Lee Kraus in fourth. And then rounding out your top five, we have Brandon Richardson. Sixth place, we got the 28 of Jacob Bowen. With Maple City Motorsports, it's DJ Thomas in the 54. Eighth will be Mikkel Lofson. Ninth is we got Austin Green. And then rounding out your top 10, he's the sponsor of tonight's race, was Greg Froelich Racing. It's Greg Froelich. 11th will be Brooke Qualley. Ignore the driver in 12th. And then rounding out your top 13, we have Rowdy Richardson. The reason why it does say that I am in this session is because I got in for last place points. I normally do announce these races, but the normal announcers Joe and Dave Wright are both actually leaving Talladega. They were at the Talladega race, so they were not able to announce, so I'm filling in for them. And I did turn some practice laps anticipating to race tonight. And this is a very, very fun track. You're not really using a lot of brake here just because of how long the track is, 7/10 of a mile. So you're going pretty fast. I think the main thing for tonight's race is going to be patience. Patience is going to be very, very key because you don't want to junk your car before halfway. I mean, you don't want that to happen. So these drivers are just going to have to do a lot of give and take here in the beginning and just take their time. We're getting ready to start our pace laps here. Again, we got Dylan Dunford starting on the bottom, Tyler Aspinall on the top. For those of you who have been watching Intensity Broadcasting for a while, you know that Dylan Dunford won the iOS ARCA Pro Series champion. So we see Dylan Dunford with champion status. We know that he can come to a track and he can win it, like we did see in the iOS ARCA Pro. So he's looking to try to get his first win of the season. But outside of him, we got the wheelman himself, Tyler Aspinall, on the outside. He is looking to try to get win number 2 here at USA International Speedway. He won in the Wheel and Tour mods at Myrtle Beach Speedway, so we know he can wheel vehicles because, I mean, those Wheel and Tour mods are very, very hard to drive. Let's take a look here at your race info. We got 81 degrees Fahrenheit, 56% humidity, clear skies, 2 miles per hour wind speed. Track temperature is a little bit warm right now at 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And we are at the 0.6 of a mile USA International Speedway. And we are the track is in Lakeland, Florida. And I will say, USA International Speedway, despite being on the iRacing platform, does not exist anymore. I believe it got demolished in 2008, but people can still get to enjoy the track, even though it's been demolished here on iRacing. So we're waiting for that pace car to pull in. Pace car's in. And green flag is out there. We see Dylan Dunford taking off, but Tyler Aspinall gets a great start as well on that outside. They are side by side here into turns 1 and 2. We see Dunford with the nose on the bottom. Can he get clear of Tyler Aspinall on the backstretch? No, they remain side by side. Great battle between two of the fastest cars on the track right now. This is for the lead, and we see Dylan Dunford finally able to get clear of Tyler Aspinall. Tyler still on Dunford's back bumper. We see Alan Warnecki is there in third. He gives Tyler Aspinall a little bump on his rear bumper. Warnecki going to try to maybe look low here in turns 3 and 4. He does, taking it down to that yellow line. They're pretty much equal as we cross the line. 2 winners this season side by side. See Warnecki with the nose. Oh, Tyler Aspinall very loose off a 2 into the outside wall. And I don't know if the caution flag is going to come out. We see a lot of people slowing down to try to avoid that. So that is just going to allow Dylan Dunford to continue to extend his lead. He just set the fastest lap time of the race with a 23.31. This is the fastest that street stock is going to be for a while until these drivers come in and take fresh tires. We see Tyler Aspinall in the pits. He has a ton of damage from that incident. A lot of right side damage, which will definitely slow him down for sure. Field getting very, very spread out. We do see Brandon Richardson in third beginning to reel in Alan Warnecki right now for second. That's the closest battle on track right now. See Greg Froelich trying to get by Brooke Qualley. This is the battle for 8th right now. See Tyler Aspinall finally leaving the pits after getting that damage fixed. That is definitely unfortunate for Aspinall, who is running so well. Just got a little bit loose off a 2 into the outside wall. And I mean, hey, it happens here at these tracks. Here comes Lee Krause beginning to reel in Brandon Richardson for that third position. See Lee Krause running that line, running a little bit lower than where Brandon's running at. I know right now, coming to 10 laps completed, these drivers are trying to save as much tires as they possibly can so that they'll have the freshest, or they'll be faster than everybody else compared to the drivers who burnt off their tires. We see Lee Krause again in 1 and 2 just trying to get under that 29 machine. He can't quite. Oh, we do see somebody crashing. That's Austin Green, and that's going to bring out the first caution of the race. Chase Elliott fans, close your eyes because we do have a new Wreckage Replay for the month of October. All right, so let's take a look at what happened. Right now we're watching Austin Green right here. He's sitting behind Greg Froelich right now. Here they go, coming through 1 and 2. And oh, the same thing happens that happened to Tyler Aspinall, where he just gets loose off a 2. Car gets very squirrely and then right in to that inside wall. And we see the front end of that 15 gets totaled for sure. Hate to see it there for Austin. So we are now under caution. We see Austin Green in the pits, going to get some of that damage. It actually doesn't look too bad. In fact, he's exiting the pits right now. Must have just gotten some of that damage fixed. So right now we are pacing with Dylan Dunford in the lead right now. Here's something that I noticed as soon as I watched these cars turn a lap. Let me get to a better angle right here. Their left fronts hang so low to the ground. You can see it here when they're in like the banking. It's so weird. They're leaning. Let's take a look at who your top 5 is right now. We got Dylan Dunford in first. Alan Warnecki running in second right now. Brandon Richardson is in third. Lee Krause in fourth. And then rounding out your top 5 right now, we have Jacob Bowen. We're going to let these drivers continue to pace. One thing that I'm going to be watching for is going to be watching that number 45 machine of Tyler Aspinall. He's running in last right now. Was able to get his lap back, but let's see how fast he is going to be able to make his way up through the field. He's going to have to gain 11 positions. I know he's fast. He showed a lot of speed in the beginning before he got loose off a 2. I don't know, though. It is very, very hard to pass here in these street stocks. So, I mean, we'll see, but we're getting ready to go back green here. Lights are off on the pace car. We see Dylan Dunford will be restarting on the bottom. Alan Warnecki will be restarting on the top. There we go. We see Dylan Dunford taking off. He does have Alan Warnecki right behind him. And, oh, whoa, big wreck as soon as we went back green. Let's take a look at what happened. Oh, no. See, DJ Thomas, Brooke Qualley, all of them involved in that one. A few others as well. Gosh, let's see what happened. So right now we're watching DJ Thomas. He's running on the outside. He's got Jacob Bowen below him. He's coming up on Lee Krause. In fact, he's going to look to try to make the pass and then... Oh, here's what... Okay. What it looks like to me here, coming into 1 and 2, I think that Lee Krause just thought he was clear and he just came down a little bit and got right into the nose of Thomas. We see Bowen is collected. He has nowhere to go. Brooke Qualley has nowhere to go. We see Mikkel Lofson able to go high. Ooh, Greg Froelich into the inside wall. So that time we weren't even able to complete a lap. We see Brooke Qualley coming off the pits. She has a lot of damage on the right side of that car right now. I don't know how much that'll affect her considering this is a short track, but I mean, we'll see. Still, one thing that has not changed is we have still Dylan Dunford in the lead. He was able to keep that lead from Alan Warnecki there on the restart. Weren't even able to complete a lap. See Brooke Qualley again coming back in to get that damage fixed. So far, your biggest mover of the race, that title belongs to Tony Richardson and that 51 machine. He started in last place. Had the slowest, or I don't even think he qualified at all, but he's been able to make some good moves, has been able to avoid the wrecks, and he has since made his way up to that 7th spot, and he's going to continue to try to scratch and claw his way into that top 5. Speaking of top 5, let's take a look at how it's looking right now. We got Dylan Dunford in 1st, Alan Warnecki in 2nd, Brandon Richardson in 3rd, Jacob Bowen in 4th, and right now, rounding out your top 5, we have Mick Olofsson. Here we go, coming to the green flag again. Dylan Dunford restarting on the bottom. Alan Warnecki restarting on the top. Pace cars in. And there we see it, Dylan Dunford taking off. He is able to get clear of Alan Warnecki. We're side by side for 3rd. Here comes Brandon Richardson on the bottom. He's got the nose right now over Jacob Bowen, and he gets up in front of him. So now Brandon Richardson is up to 3rd. We see Alan Warnecki right on Dylan Dunford's back bumper right now, trying to take that lead. We see Brandon Richardson beginning to reel in that 72 machine. Alan Warnecki needs to be looking in that rearview mirror right now, along with looking ahead of him to try to catch Dylan Dunford. And then right behind Brandon Richardson is Jacob Bowen. So from 2nd to 4th, close racing right now. Right now we see Richardson. He just ran his fastest lap time of the race. And he is right on Alan Warnecki's back bumper. He's looking low here off of turn number 2. Looks like he actually might have got a little bit loose there. That's going to slow him down. And we see a caution come out. Greg Froelich involved in this one. So we'll take a look here at the Wreckage Replay. So we see Greg Froelich running down there on the bottom. He's by Austin Green. And yes, that's been a trouble spot for everybody. We see again, Froelich just gets loose off of turn 2. And he does slide back up the track, and I believe we might see some other drivers involved in this one. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Looks like DJ Thomas barely missed making contact there. So we are back under caution here. And we actually see a few drivers into the pits. See Lee Krause is in right now. And Brooke Qualley both in the pits. I know Brooke, she had some damage. I don't know if Lee is taking just some tires right now. There might be some strategy for him. I know Greg Froelich, he has some damage. He's coming in. But, again, I don't know why Tony Richardson is coming in. He might also be pulling some strategies right now. To maybe if he comes in and takes tires right now and everybody else comes back in and takes them, he'll go up to the lead possibly. Interesting strategy going on right here. Because I know these drivers are going to try to come in to take tires at least once, and I know we're going to see most people come in at around lap 40, the halfway point. Since the restart, your top 5 is pretty much the same right now. Again, we got Dunford in first, Warnecki in second, Brandon Richardson in third, Jacob Bone in fourth, Nick Olofsson in fifth. One driver who had such a tough break trying to make his way up through the field is Tyler Aspinall, who is right now sitting in that 7th spot. He was running in the top 3, and we saw him get loose off of 2 and then get into the outside wall, slowed way down, had to come into the pits, went down a lap, and he has since been just trying to scratch and claw his way back up through the field, and he is right now in 7th, still needs a little bit more spots. I mean, if he wants to get where he started in 2nd, he needs to gain 5. He needs to gain 6 if he wants to get to that lead and get back up to Dylan Dunford. Lights are off on the pace car. We are getting ready to go back green here. Pace car is in. And then we see Dylan Dunford taking off side by side for second between Brandon Richardson and Alan Warnecki as we go here into turns 1 and 2. Warnecki with the nose on the outside. Brandon Richardson right now on the preferred groove. And they're pretty much equal here on the backstretch. Here, coming into turns 3 and 4, Richardson with the nose. Can he get clear? Yes, he does. Brandon Richardson up to second right now. He's going to set his sights on your leader right now, Dylan Dunford. Alan Warnecki staying on Richardson's back bumper right now. And he is looking low in 3 and 4, trying to come back. But he couldn't quite get under him. He's going to continue to be patient and try to set up that pass. Brandon Richardson. Oh, we see Alan Warnecki gets really, really loose in turns 1 and 2. That's going to slow him down a ton. He gets into the outside wall. I kind of want to look at a replay there on what exactly happened there to Warnecki. Okay. So you see Warnecki was going to try to look low here under Richardson. And he's like really sideways. And he got very lucky that, or Richardson got very, very lucky that he didn't get turned. And then gets really, really loose and washes all the way up to the top of the track. Look at this. Tyler Aspinall up to 3rd right now. He is currently getting chased by Jacob Bowen in that number 28 machine. See Mikkel Lofson there as well, running in 5th. See Jacob Bowen getting a little bit loose there in 1 and 2. That's going to allow Olofsson to get up to his back bumper. Here comes Alan Warnecki trying to look low in that 77 machine. Again, we see Mikkel Lofson trying to get under him. And this is interesting. We see Greg Froelich coming into the pits. He's got a little bit of damage. I don't know if he's going to try to take tires here. We might be seeing some pit strategy come into play. Let's look to see what he does here. He's going to take that reset and then go. Interesting there. Here we see Olofsson looking under Alan Warnecki for that 5th spot. They're pretty much equal as we go here into turns 3 and 4. Wow. Great battle. Olofsson to the door. Olofsson's equal right now. You see Mick is almost clear. Not quite. Good job there to Warnecki for holding his own on that outside. And there we go. We see Mick Olofsson finally able to get clear. Here comes Tyler Aspinall looking low here for 2nd. Tyler Aspinall is able to get clear and is up to P2 right now. The question right now that I'm wondering as we currently hit the halfway point, none of these drivers have came in and taken tires. Question that I'm wondering is, are these drivers really willing to come in during green flag conditions to come in or get fresh rubber, or are they going to try to make it for the whole race? Right now, Dylan Dunford is only running 3/10 off of his fastest lap time with 41 lap tires, so I don't know. It's going to be up to the driver. See, once again, the battle for 5th right now is going on. We see Austin Green all over Alan Warnecki's back bumper right now. Green just trying to set up that pass right now. Look at this. We see Lee Krause also trying to go to that high side. we see Austin Green around into the inside wall. That front end is destroyed, but it was only a one-car incident. I don't think they're going to bring out the caution, which that is very, very unfortunate for Austin Green right now. Field getting very, very spread out over halfway right now. I think right now is the perfect opportunity. We are going to do pump up the intensity. So here we go. All right, we are back live here on Intensity Broadcasting. Right now, we see Dylan Dunford with a 1 second lead right now over Tyler Aspinall. Closest battle on track is the battle for fifth right now between Lee Krause and Alan Warnecki. We see Krause just trying to get under that 72 machine. We also see Brooke Qualley as well coming up on this battle for fifth as well. As right now, Dylan Dunford, with 25 to go, currently has 1.2 second lead. He's chilling right now in that first place spot. We will see what he can do here. Again, we watch Lee Krause just trying to get under that Alan Warnecki machine. Take a look at that cockpit cam. So there you go. 22 to go. Let's just go ahead and just do a rundown right now of the top 5. Got Dylan Dunford in first right now. He started on the pole, has led every lap so far. He's trying to get his first win and lead from flag to flag. In second place right now, we have Tyler Aspinall in that number 45 machine. He started in second, was running in the top 3, but got a little bit loose off before, got into the outside wall and fell all the way to the back. He has scratched and clawed all his way up through the field and finally has gotten back to where he started. The only car he still needs to pass is your leader. Brandon Richardson running in third right now. He started in 5th and he has been running in the top 5 and top 3 for most of this race. He does have Mick Olofsson behind him right now. We'll see if he can hold him off. Mick Olofsson running in that 4th place spot right now. He is your second biggest mover of the race, starting in 8th. He's just been able to avoid the wrecks, and he's ran a smart, clean race, and he is right now in that 4th place spot. Last but not least, running 5th right now, we have Lee Krause. Lee also has been in the top 5 for most of the race. We see he is actually around right now, almost got to Alan Warnecki's back bumper. So we'll see if he can continue to hold that 5th place spot. We see Brooke Qualley right now on Lee Krause's back bumper. This is the battle for 5th right now. I will say Brooke does have some damage while Lee Krause has a clean car. I don't know if that'll affect anything. Yeah, Mick Olofsson on Brandon Richardson's back bumper right now. He's reeling him in. And this is for that 3rd place spot. Uh-oh. I just now realized we see Tyler Aspinall is reeling in Dylan Dunford for that lead. Getting right up to his back bumper. He's got 15 laps to make a pass. Plenty of time for that 45 of Tyler Aspinall. We know he's good at these short tracks. Got a win 2 weeks ago at Myrtle Beach. And he's trying to get win number 2 of the season if he can track down and pass Dylan Dunford. I will say your leaders are coming up on lap traffic. We see they're coming up on Tony Richardson and DJ Thomas right now. See, Tony goes up to that high side, lets the leaders by, does the respectful thing. We also will occasionally look back here at this battle for 5th. Again, we see Brooke Qualley right on Lee Krause's back bumper. Oh, wow. Tyler Aspinall right on Dylan Dunford's back bumper right now. All over it. And they're also coming up on lap traffic right now. Greg Froelich. We got Dylan Dunford. I mean, he's trying his best to hold Aspinall off right now. Tyler gets almost to his rear quarter panel. Really drove it in there in turns 1 and 2. Can he take that lead? Tyler almost got into his back bumper right there. Tyler is less than 10 laps right now to make a move on that 4 machine. I don't know how Tyler caught him. Oh! I thought Tyler, again, was going to get into his back bumper. What I was going to say is I don't know how Tyler caught him so quickly. I'm pretty sure Dylan might have burnt off his tires. That's why Tyler caught him so quickly. Again, we see, oh, that time Tyler actually did get in Dylan's back bumper trying to break him loose here with 6 to go. See Tyler blinking a little bit. Five laps to go for Tyler Aspinall. Can he get by Dylan Dunford? Once again, getting really close to that back bumper. And there is no other cars except these two in sight. The gap between second and third is 5 seconds. And oh, we see Tyler Aspinall gets into Dunford's rear quarter panel. Dunford slides back up the track into Tyler Aspinall. And Dunford is stopped on the track. Caution is out. Wreckage Replay is up. That was a whole situation right there. We'll see exactly what happened here. So here comes Tyler Aspinall here in turns 1 and 2. Gets a little bit loose on entry. And just gets right into Dunford's back bumper. That's going to send the 4 around. Aspinall goes high to avoid getting hit. We see Dunford gets into the grass a little bit. He's going to wash back up the track. And into Tyler, but looks like Tyler did not go around. Dunford is then stopped on the inside. And then he drives down to the bottom to miss getting in the wreck or involving anyone else. So we see Dylan Dunford in the pits getting that damage fixed. Jacob Bowen, Mikkel Lofson in the pits as well, taking tires. Interesting decision by them, taking fresh rubber over track position. Let's see if that helps them. So right now, under caution, we're going to have a green-white checkered here. Let's take a look at your top 5 right now. You got Tyler Aspinall in first. Brandon Richardson in second. See Lee Krause in third, Brooke Qualley in fourth, and then rounding out your top 5 right now, we have DJ Thomas. And that is a very quotable quote right there from Vin Diesel. Who needs safety rating when you have family? That is very true. Well, it looks like we see Tony Richardson in the pits as well. He's also getting fresh tires as well. I believe we're getting ready to go back green here for the green-white checkered. This time by, yep, lights are off on the pace car. So we're going to have Tyler Aspinall restarting on the bottom. Brandon Richardson restarting on the top. Again, this is going to be a green-white checkered. This is going to be wild here, folks. Light. There we go. Pace car's in. And green flag is back out. There we see Tyler Aspinall taking up. He moves up ahead of Brandon Richardson. Lee Krause right now in third. He's looking low under Richardson. Side by side through 1 and 2. Pretty much equal on the back stretch. Brandon Richardson right now running in second. Final lap for Tyler Aspinall. Aspinall with a 5/10 lead. A roller coaster race for that number 45 machine. He's just got to make it through turns 3 and 4. And there you go. Tyler Aspinall is your winner here at USA International Speedway. Brandon Richardson takes second. Lee Krause finishes third. So we're getting ready for that burnout from Tyler Aspinall. Here we go. There we go. Tyler Aspinall burning it down here at USA International Speedway. We see his teammate, DJ Thomas, burning it down as well. This is Tyler's second win of the season. We're going to see the double burnout from the two teammates there. And we are getting your top 3 into the waiting room here. There we go. We got first, second. So let's start off by pulling in your third place finisher, Lee Krause. All right. Looks like, hold up. I don't. Here we go. Looks like I can only. All right, so we'll start off with second place, Brandon Richardson. Here we go.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
All good, Brandon. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. What's up?
Well, looks like you had a great race out there tonight here at USA International Speedway. Started in the top 5, and that's where you stayed for most of the race. You were running in that third spot. We saw Alan Warnecki. He went around, and then you were running in second for most of the race. Went back to third when we saw Tyler Aspinall get to second. Then we saw Dunford go around. You were back up to second, but you couldn't quite catch Aspinall there on that green-white checkered. So in the end, top 5. What'd you think of this race?
It was fun. Yeah, I mean, I knew Tyler was going to be fast. Like I said in one of my previous interviews, he's always fast. I'm not really sure what's going on with him and Dylan there. They might have to discuss that later on. But the way it kind of came over on our radio was that Tyler just kind of dumped him. So we'll see. I restarted on the outside, which I wasn't happy about, but I was able to hold off Lee. I didn't really have nothing for Tyler, but if I could have gotten there, I would have given him a little shove just because it was short track racing, but it was fun.
I know a lot of people didn't come in to take tires just because you were going to lose that track position. How are the tires feeling they were coming to that green-white checkered?
Oh man, they were terrible. If I had to be honest with you, they were so bad. But I mean, everybody else stayed out, so I had to stay out.
Absolutely, and
I couldn't pit when I can give up the track position, and I'm not sure what happened with Tyler, but I know he wrecked. I don't know if he came in and got tires whenever that caution came out, so he had a little bit fresher ones. But I mean, either way, he was quick. So.
And before we let you go, Brandon, is there anybody else you would like to thank?
Oh yeah, obviously my buddy Dylan Dunford, my dad Tony, the whole team we got going on here, and then thanks for filling in the booth up there tonight. Hope it was fun.
Yeah, we definitely had fun watching all the action take place here tonight. Again, Brandon, thank you so much for the interview, and have a great rest of your night.
No problem. Thank you. You too.
And now it is time to pull in the man of the hour. We've got Tyler Aspinall. Here we go. Tyler, this is Atling, the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Well, what a roller coaster of a race for you. I mean, you started in that second spot. We're running up in the top 3, and then we saw you get a little bit loose off of 2, get into the outside wall, fall all the way to the back of the pack, and then you went up through the field like a rocket, and you were able to finally get by a second. You were sitting behind Dylan Dunford, and then I forget, like with like around 5 laps to go, we saw some aggressive racing. You got into his back bumper a little bit there. He went around, and you got that first place spot, and you led for the rest of the race. I mean, first of all, I mean, great win. I mean, what was your take on this race?
I'll be honest with you, this is probably one of the worst races I've ever driven. But I'm happy I came out as a winner in the end, but at the same time, I feel really bad for Dylan. It felt accidental, but I'm still going to take the blame for that. I mean, it's racing, but I mean, at the same time, it's racing for the lead, 5 laps to go. Like, what else are you going to do? But it felt completely accidental. I was just keeping my line. I felt like he was keeping his line. It's just, I think I was just too fast and all that. But other than that, beginning of the race, got loose into the wall. My wheel actually came uncalibrated, and I had to race that entire race with an uncalibrated wheel. So I'm just glad I was even able to get up into the top 5, to be honest with you.
Now, I will ask, I know it felt like you were a rocket compared to everybody else. I know you came into the pits to get some of that damage fixed. Did you also take tires?
I didn't take fuel. I didn't take tires. All I took was my repair, just hoping I wouldn't be caught up in crap during the rest of the race. And obviously my hopes came true. And, well, look at where I'm at now. I mean,
awesome. Well, again, congratulations on your win. Before we let you go, is there anybody you would like to thank for your win?
Once again, Dean for the invite. It wouldn't be possible without him. And I would say thanks, Mom, for not killing me for staying up this late, but Mom is out of town, so I have to thank Dad for not killing me for staying up this late. Both my grandmas, I think you guys are still watching. Thanks for watching. Look at where I'm at now. And Mom, I think she's watching too, so thanks, Mom.
Awesome. Again, congratulations on your second win of the season, Tyler, and hopefully we'll see many more.
Hopefully. Thank you, Atlee. And also thank you for commentating up here when Dave and Joe couldn't. You didn't really have to, sacrificing your own points.
No, it's okay. We got the last place points. It's all good. So again, congratulations on the win, Tyler.
Thank you, Atlee.
And there you have it, folks. That's going to do it here for the Burnt Rubber 80 here in the Extreme Forces Racing League Monday Night Mayhem Series. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to watch the broadcast here on Intensity Broadcasting. As always, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to Intensity Broadcasting on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, as it would be greatly appreciated. Right now, we are also on Twitter, Intensity Broad 1. We are always dropping polls, interacting with viewers, commenting on posts on there. So that's the best place if you want to message us. So check us out on Twitter. Last but not least, eRacing TV. Make sure to download the app, as 7 nights a week there's iRacing action on there, including on Sundays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays each week. There's iRacing action on there from Intensity Broadcasting, along with some other great broadcasting companies as well. So make sure to download that eRacing TV app. And there you go again. Thanks for tuning in to watch the broadcast. I'm Atlee Atman-Wason on behalf of the entire Intensity Broadcasting team. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Over and out.